Good morning. This is John checking with my brand new Ducks Unlimited shirt on. I don't hunt ducks. Went duck hunting exactly once in my life. I just thought it'd be cool to support an organization that does its best to support nature. You ever noticed that folks very commonly have around laboratories or research facilities, or even well-appointed factories that actually have design shops associated with it, attached to it, that they have walking paths, that they have gardens, that they have fountains, reflective pools, and the like. And you'll notice scientists and researchers and designers either gazing out their windows or taking a walk outside. Why do people do that? And why have they done it for so many years? Personally, by accident, I discovered that I really enjoyed walking around the block. Early in life, Mr. Conley, an early mentor of mine, taught me about life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, and the stock market, which came in very handy. He also suggested to me that getting a mentor was a heck of a good idea, and constantly picking the brains of older folks and younger folks was a great idea. How does that actually work? Well, ask somebody what interests them. Ask somebody what they do. This is my favorite question. What do you do for fun? How did I discover that? I discovered the question, what do you do for fun, when I was having the world's worst interview in my career as a financial advisor with IDS American Express. There was a guy who was at Texas Instruments, which is a very highfalutin, high-tech company, and I was interviewing him while being supervised by my trainer at the time. And the guy that I thought I was actually having a conversation with and an interview with was just, his eyes were closed, he was staring up at the wall and at the ceiling. There are high ceilings. So finally, having gone through the script, the questions that were supposed to be answered with a response, I simply said, gee, what do you do for fun? This was in desperation. So what did he do? He suddenly looked right in my eye and said, oh, I love working with my sons and the other boys in the Boy Scouts. We all love going camping. We don't hunt, but we take lots of pictures in the woods. We fish. Usually it's a catch and release program up in Colorado. We get to we get to walk around streams and enjoy that in nature. And when we go up into the silver trails, we actually get to see critters. And occasionally we make it a point to avoid a bear that's kind of curious. But we have seen moose and elk. Just fabulous getting outside and doing stuff. Now, did it become a client? No. Did it become alive? Yes. So from that point on, I have learned to ask folks a couple of simple questions. One, are you having fun yet? Now, most folks who have a positive attitude will say, oh, every day in every way, or something like that. And then, being me, Simon Sinek example of persistence, no, seriously, how are you doing? What's new with you? Is it safe to even ask what's new with you? And of course, the old standard, what do you do for fun? It usually lets people know if they're open and honest and forthright and full of vim and vigor, or if they can do their darndest to pick your brain, to milk you for any kind of information they might try to get from you, since they're too lazy to learn about ChatGPT or simply Google their questions, or they have a very specific question that they think you may or may not have a good answer for, or a helpful hint to actually help them, without ever bothering to engage you. I'll tell you another story on that. Once had a guy come to the office. His ethnicity will become obvious in terms of profession without getting too stereotypical. And he and I had a very short conversation. Why is that? Back in olden days, we had a script, we had a little brochure, And we came to the financial planning process. We ask you questions. We have you check some boxes to see what you're truly curious about, what your concerns are. Then we collect some information. And if we have analyzed your situation and come up with some reasonable suggestions, would you do business with us? And he simply said, no. And I said, okay. Would you be willing to pay a fee for our analysis and advice? And he said, no. And I said, okay. Would you help us build our business and help your neighbors by referring folks to us? No. At the time, I was trained, and I still highly recommend following this idea, that when someone says no to every offering that you have and get to it sooner rather than later, just close up shop, thank them for their time, wish them a happy, healthy day, and say, and that concludes this meeting. How did the man respond to that? He said, but I need some help. And at the time, I wasn't all that versed, and I said, I am sure you do, but you're unwilling to pay me to help you, pay me to analyze your situation, do business with me, or refer people to me who would do business with me. Therefore, I can't help you. Oh, now, had I been a little less naive and a little bit more erudite and a little more skilled, I could have said, gee willikers, what do you do as a profession? And let's say, just for fun, he was a tailor. And I came into your shop, sir, and had a nice sport jacket that, even though it was a short size 42, the sleeves were still too long. Something I'll be picking up 3 of later today at the local tailor shop. But I'm not willing to pay you. Heck, I'm not even willing to have you measure me. Could you just fix this for me? What would you tell me? He laughed and thought that was the silliest thing he'd ever heard. I said, well, sir, that's kind of, sort of, as I wish I had said, that's kind of, sort of what you just asked me to do. At Checky Financial, we help people have fun and still have money. We do this by asking you lots of questions, putting you through a very distinct process, analyzing your situation, drawing a mind map of you and your family, what your values are, what your goals are, what your current positions are, who your advisors are, who your associates are, who you have great care and feeling for. And then we map out a path to help you get what you want for yourself in a timely manner and an efficient manner. Also, an objective there is to, with all due respect, minimize income tax, fuss, bother, and most importantly, worry. At Checky Consulting, we help businesses with their perspective, with their process, helping them identify their golden eggs and rotten eggs, with their people, see who's the bottleneck and who's providing flow. And then everybody's favorite, which everybody wants to talk to at hello, your profits. So that's perspective, process, people, and profits. Checky Consulting. Have fun, be well, and enjoy the great outdoors, even if it's just in your atrium while airplanes are flying overhead and you're taking a look at your amazing garden. This is John Checky, again, wishing you a happy, healthy Tuesday.